Good afternoon, classmates. Again, my name is Michael Garino, and today I'm going to talk to you about the two articles that I have chosen, which were the monologue and the satire. The memoir was a reflection piece of a young girl and her inner struggle to learn English as a primary language as opposed to a secondary language. Culturally, she felt it was unfair for her parents to push her in this direction because they both spoke Spanish, along with her aunts, as we read in the article. And she felt that it was unfair that she had to be the first in her family to take on this role. The second article, obviously the satire of monolingual communities, was really an eye-opening piece because I saw it while I was in grade school that we really need to be more culturally adaptive to people who are really coming into this country to make a difference. I think we really have done ourselves an injustice by not being multilingual. But in my opinion, both of these pieces are a direct example of the inequalities that we're still facing here in this country. Growing up in the Northeast here, in the suburbs of the central part of the state, we didn't even see Spanish, French, or Latin until we reached high school. But as a kid in grade school, I would watch many kids from foreign countries come to our school who were still at the very early stages of learning English. However, we're still able to sit into a classroom along with the rest of us and still put forth a great effort. Oftentimes, though, they were taken out of class to special English classes to make it more or less their primary language. But one time that I can really remember is when my sister went to Puerto Rico to teach English as a second language. However, it wouldn't be at a public school setting. It was going to be at a wealthier private school. When she taught there, English, it was tough. She went there and prepared to teach English as a second language. Wasn't really sure what to expect. Here she was in Puerto Rico. It was a little bit of a culture shock to her. But because of her school, this was going to be one of her ways of getting a job that she was preparing for here in the United States, which was becoming a public school teacher inner city in Providence. But while down there, she certainly saw the difference between the social statuses between public and these wealthier private schools. A lot of the public schools in Puerto Rico really weren't teaching English as a second language, whereas this private school was really, expensive to attend, but was allowing the social status of the more wealthy in Puerto Rico to have a leg up. However, in conclusion, I would like to point out that here in America, I still think we do ourselves an injustice. I believe that we still need to make greater strides in becoming, at the very least, bilingual, if not multilingual. And I think it's really important for all of us to remember that America is a melting pot, and that it is important that we reach out, maybe even out of our comfort zone, and experience other cultures.